in today's video I'm looking at this detached 4-bed house in Lower Parkstone, which is in Poole in Dorset. Lovely area, really a house with a lot of promise, needs a bit of work, but what I've come up with is a layout that fixes these 3 separate rooms and this small kitchen, both by extending or not extending. In fact, not extending I think is the best option. So if you'd like to find out more about that, keep watching the video. So this house, as I said in the intro, is in Poole in sort of here, so Sandbanks down here, Parkstone golf course here, which is a very nice golf course. Peter Ellis was the pro there, and I've lost lots of golf balls there. Is nearby, so if you like golf, good place to buy a house, I would say. The house itself is kind of nice, but a bit tired. Lovely garden, matured garden across the back here. Nice, I think it's just a really good house with a lot of promise. This garage is a bit ugly on the side. One might try and fix that, I suppose. Interiors look quite good on the face of it, but when you delve a little deeper, there have been a lot of leaks, and either it's a project that someone hasn't finished, or I don't know what the history of the place is, but you can see there's a leak here, and this bedroom needs is in mid decoration, bathroom in mid something or other. But you've got this nice room at the back, but unless you've got a grand piano, it's probably not that useful. Bit of a tatty back to the garage, which I'll kind of look to fix. Kitchen is these leaks, probably the bathroom's leaked above it, I would think. So just generally a nice house that needs a little bit of TLC and a little bit of help with some options to relay out this ground floor in particular. So this house is one of the typical houses that I deal with, where there are a bunch of rooms, no one really knows what to do with them, and the kitchen is often quite small in these houses. So these sort of turn of the last century type of houses, you got quite a small kitchen that really is not up to what people expect. You think everyone gathers in the kitchen. There's no one else in any of the other rooms. There's no utility room, and there's quite a big garden at the back that one could extend into. Upstairs, I mean, it's 4-bedroom. You could put an ensuite in here to fix the house. I mean, it's a nicely proportioned house, so it's got that small bedroom there, but it's got a good sized bathroom. I wouldn't really, other than maybe sneaking an ensuite in there, I wouldn't really touch that level. So there are a few things I think one might do, and that's to turn the first thing would be to keep the lounge as the lounge, and turn the kitchen into a utility room, a laundry room. Through here, you've got a downstairs toilet, which I presume the door is off the hallway here, and so I would just look to convert that into a kitchen area. And then this funny sort of V-shaped wall, I'd just take that out, and then we'd have a room across the back. So this is kind of easy. And this house is 950,000. It's in Parkstone, nice part of the world, good sized garden, so some big trees at the back. Now the garage, you could extend over it, but don't think one needs to do that particularly. But you could. There would be an option. Probably need some a review of the foundations. Maybe some steel posts go down to pick up a floor over here. But you do end up kind of having to get across to it, so you end up eating other bedrooms. But you could put an extension, enlarge the master bedrooms there. I'm just going to leave that garage because I think it's quite a useful space to have really in a house, isn't it? Not usually for a car. It would seem in most of the places I go in, which is quite a lot of different houses. And then across the back here, I mean, there's 2 options. Let's just draw the simple one. The simple one is just leave it as it is. Put some larger doors in here, more modern sort of sliding doors or bifold type things. And then when you come in the door, then you've got a view through into that room. And you could do some sort of sliding doors in here, so you can leave that open most of the time. The stair comes down. Those stairs are usually quite nice in those sort of houses, so that goes up that way over the loo. The utility room, well, you could just leave the units and you wouldn't even need to touch them if your budget was not suiting doing a utility room as well at the same time. And then you've got a nice room at the back here that you can just turn into your family living space, really. So you'd have a kitchen down there. I'd have a maybe have an island. One day I'm going to do a video without an island, because actually I think they're a little bit overrated, but I sort of draw them because it's what people want, and I'm designing for other people, not myself. I think a peninsula is good. I think if that came down to that wall, then you don't have to. Who wants to walk all the way around it? Kids run around it, I suppose, and dogs, but most people don't. So, and then I'd put a dining table in the middle of the room there. I think it's good to have a dining table or a table. Doesn't have to be for dining. And then I would put a TV, a big TV on that wall, and I would put an L-shaped sofa just here, something like that, where you could look out the garden. It's nice and low at this end, so it just has a back around here, and then this bit's sort of low here, so it doesn't sort of fill the room quite so much. There's probably a bit more space there than I've sort of drawn. These spaces always look a bit tighter on floor plan. You could have your hob here, which means your extraction can go out. It doesn't have to go down into the floor, which is you can do if you do them on an island with a downdraft hob. Go and buy a borer one if you're going to get one. They're the best I've seen, and sort of the original, although I'm sure another company made them first, but the borers were the first ones I saw. And then you've got a nice lounge here. I mean, this is a really nice room, so don't need to do anything with that. You have a couple of sofas in here and an armchair at the back there. You can have your Christmas tree in the window here, and all is good coffee table. So that's a really kind of nice layout. Then you've got your garage here, which you could divide into other spaces, and I suppose the space this house doesn't have is a study, and you could build a study in the back of the garage, and you could put a wall sort of through here, and you could just put a door. You could even have a hidden door, secret door in the kitchen cupboards if you wanted a secret office. Have a nice bookshelf there, or a desk in front of the window looking out at the trees in the garden. Be quite a nice place to work, and you've still got a decent sized garage. I mean, that garage is 7.3 metres, so you'd still have room for stuff. No one puts a car in there. If they do, it's a classic car, which tend to be smaller anyway. And I think that gives you a really nice layout. The second sort of option that I'm not going to draw in too much detail because, well, we'll see. Maybe I will. You could put a 3 metre where you could put a 4, actually. You could put up to 4 metres on the back of this house, and then you'd get a sort of bigger version of the same, which is kind of why I wonder if it's worth doing, really. I think if you did this, then you'd start thinking, well, I'm going to extend over the garage because I want bigger bedrooms. So that could be bifolds and sliders. You could have a big beam over there. You then might think about the kitchen being slightly different, so the kitchen might sit that way round there. You could have a nice big dining table here, and that gives you the chance to sort of have an even bigger TV, and you can have a big sofa here, have an armchair here, you can have bookshelves at the back here, you could have a desk somewhere in here perhaps. Another armchair there. You could have a fireplace and a stove here, and you can see you just get a few more options, and then the doors sort of open out into that space there. I said I wasn't going to draw it all, but I have. So that's the option to give you a 3 metre extension. Obviously, if you went 4 metres, you go even further, and you could do that without planning permission. You could just build that tomorrow with building regs. But tree roots and things are still an issue, and although it doesn't ever get picked up, that if there's a TPO in this area and you damage it, then you're in shtuck. Okay, so that's today's floor plan.